Um, this one is not a question someone has asked me. It's a question I asked, and I want to explain why. The other day, I fell to talking with an English major in a bookstore, as you do, and he told me he wants to be a writer someday. So I asked him why he isn't a writer yet. He took the question seriously, answered me carefully, explaining why he wasn't writing, or rather, wasn't writing certain kinds of things. He's writing other kinds of things. Uh, for example, he has committed to writing a haiku a day, and he's kept it up for over 40 days. That's writing. He's a writer. As far as I can tell, in his mind, being a writer means writing for books for publication. He's not doing that, so in his mind, he's not a writer. But a writer is someone who writes. Any and all writing counts. I wonder who gets stuck here. Um, Defining themselves as unsuccessful, invalid, or just not there yet because of a narrow, rigid definition of what writing or anything that they want to do looks like. Actually, I'm a writer even when I'm not writing. It's part of how I experience the world. It's part of how I think, who I am. It's a skill set that partially defines what I can offer people, whether I happen to be using that skill set at the moment or not. When I was 11, 12, 13 years old, I knew I wanted to write, and I was actively developing my skills towards that end. Not that I was in any way precocious, just interested. One of my teachers worked with me particularly on writing during those years. She and I were friends, even though I was younger than her children and part of her job. The proof I have that that friendship was real is that, what is it, 20 years? 28 years after we fell out of touch, she tracked me down and got a hold of me. And now we're friends again, which is awesome. Um, and in one of the emails she sent me, she mentioned knowing back then that she knew I wanted to be a writer. But then she corrected herself and said, no, you were a writer then. That meant a lot. And she's right, too. I was a writer then, even though I seldom produced anything more ambitious than the same structured paragraphs that everybody else in class was assigned. I was a writer then. Maybe you are too.